If you're trying to become a data analyst right now and you don't have experience, this video is going to help you than you think. Because one of the biggest problems people are facing today is not learning the skill, it's actually getting the job. In recent years, the demand for data analysts has grown across different industries. Companies are using data for decision making in finance, healthcare, e-commerce, even small businesses. But despite all this demand, a lot of people are still struggling to land their first role. And the reason is simple. Most people are doing the same thing. They are learning and they are not positioning themselves properly. Let me explain what I mean. If you spend months learning Excel, SQL, Power BI, and you don't show how you can use these skills to solve problems, then from an employer's perspective, you are still a beginner. Now compare that to someone who has maybe less knowledge but has actually worked on real projects and can explain their thinking. That person stands out immediately. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 5 simple ways to land a data analyst job faster in 2026, even if you have no experience. And I want you to really pay attention because there are practical things you can start doing immediately. The first way is to build projects that solve real problems. Not just projects for the sake of projects, real problem-solving projects. Let me explain. A lot of people will open a tutorial, follow everything step by step, and then say they've done a project. Even in reality, they just copied what someone else did. That is not what employers are looking for. Here's another example. Let's say you download a data set about supermarket sales. Instead of just cleaning the data and stopping there, you start asking questions. Which product category is making the most revenue? Which location has the highest sales? Are there certain months where sales drop? Now you're thinking like an analyst, and then you take it further. You can create a dashboard. You highlight insights. You explain what the business should do based on the data. That is a real project. Now let me bring it closer to your environment. Imagine a small business in Lagos selling food items. They have records of daily sales and they don't really understand their numbers. You can take that kind of data and analyze which days has the highest sales, which products sell the most, where are they losing money. That is something very practical. And when you present something like that, even as a beginner, you already look valuable. So instead of saying, I learned Excel, you can say, I analyzed sales data and identified trends that help improve revenue. That's a completely different level. Now, the second way is to focus only on what is required. This is where many people waste time. They try to learn everything, machine learning, Python, AI, deep learning, all at once, and they end up confused. Let me explain. For an entry-level data analyst role, most companies are looking for 3 main things: Excel, SQL, and a visualization tool like Power BI or Tableau. That's it. Here's another example. Imagine your manager asks you, where did our sales drop last quarter? You're not going to use machine learning for that. You're going to extract the data using SQL, clean it in Excel, and present your findings using a dashboard. That's the job. So instead of trying to learn everything, focus on what actually helps you get results. The third way is to apply before you feel ready. This is one of the biggest reasons people delay themselves. They keep saying, let me learn one more thing, let me finish one more course. But the truth is, you will never feel completely ready. Let me explain it in a simple way. Learning data analytics is like learning how to swim. You can watch videos, read books, understand the theory, but until you enter the water, you won't truly learn. Applying for jobs is like entering the water. Imagine you apply for a role and you don't get it. Most people see that as a failure, but what you actually get is experience. You understand how interviews work, you see what questions are asked, you learn what you need to improve. That alone can speed up your journey. The fourth way is to position yourself properly. This part is very important because sometimes it's not what you know, it's how you present what you know. Let me explain. If you say, I'm learning data analytics, it sounds like you're still at the beginning. But if you say, I analyze data using Excel, SQL, and Power BI, and I've worked on projects involving sales analysis and customer insights, that sounds completely different. Same person, different presentation. On your CV or LinkedIn, instead of listing tools, you describe what you did. Not Excel, SQL, Power BI, but analyze sales data to identify trends and improve decision making. That is what employers are looking for. Now, the fifth way is consistency. And this one sounds simple, but it's actually where most people struggle. Let me explain. A lot of people start strong. They learn for 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, then they stop. Then they come back again. That kind of pattern slows you down. Imagine you practice Excel today, then you stop for 5 days. When you come back, you've already forgotten some things. Now compare that to someone who practices a little every day, even if it's just 1 hour. That consistency builds confidence, and confidence reflects in how you speak, how you present yourself, how you perform in interviews. If you really want to land a data analyst job faster, focus on these 5 things. 1. Build real projects. 2. Learn only what is required. 3. Apply before you feel ready. 4. Position yourself properly. 5. And stay consistent. And I want you to understand something very important. You don't need to know everything. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be intentional. Because at the end of the day, companies are not looking for perfect people. They are looking for people who can solve problems. So take your time, follow these steps, and keep moving forward. And I want to ask you something. Which of these do you feel is holding you back the most right now? Is it building projects? Is it confidence? Is it applying? Let me know in the comments. See you on the next one. Bye.